I've been drinking rum quite repetitively myself, only partially initially because of our group, and then also because I found out it's one of the cheapest goddamn liquors you can find.
Well, and Kraken's really good. Like, I highly...
No. No.
So,
Yeah.
this rum's $45 for the bottle. It's not exactly cheap. It's only a 750 milliliter bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's good though, see that's the thing. Like you pay for something good, and it's worth it. And I see a cork there, so that means at least that you've got one good thing going for you. I always.
It was just a pretty bottle.
Yeah. That is how they get you. Mine in particular that I just sent was only $8 for 1,000 milliliters, so 1 liter of rum.
Is it at least good rum?
It's all right actually. It's spiced rum, you know. So it's kind of got a vanilla hint to it, just on its own with like no additives or anything. Being brewed, so you know that means it's been brewed in the right barrels and crap too, because it's got that vanilla hint. But I don't know.
I'm missing something.
For $8.
Is there a video?
Video?
Yeah.
Where?
You're talking about like seeing corks and pictures and just making sure I'm not missing.
Oh, I Snapchat. I sent it to the Snapchat.
And then I followed suit.
I see. Ooh.
You know you gotta have like 5 screens to play this type of D&D. So one for the map that you're seeing on, one for the Discord, one for the random videos that you actually want to watch, and then your phone screen for the chat, like the other chats.
I'm not gonna lie, Josh. That bottle, Calypso, looks like it's on the shelf right next to Vladdy.
It's
that looks like a bottom shelf bottle.
It is 100% bottom shelf. Like,
right next to Montezuma and Vladimir, and there's Calypso.
Lowest that you can go wrong. Like, if there was any lower, it'd be in the basement that they forgot about for 10 years or some shit. But this is definitely bottom rung. And I have to say, though, for the price, it gets the job done, and it doesn't taste terrible.
I mean, I like Montezuma. It's one of my favorite tequilas. The cheaper the tequila, the better it is for me for some reason. It's strange.
That is strange.
It's good for the
I can
pocketbook.
happily say I've never tried Montezuma tequila.
I don't think I could go... I try to stay away from tequilas as much as I can, unless I know that I'm purposefully going out for a fun time, or it's only like 1 or 2. And then I know that because I'm like at a fancy restaurant and I don't want to pay for more than 2. But
that's fair.
Is there really such a thing as 1 or 2 tequilas, though?
Yes, it's with tacos. Like if you get tacos, tacos go with tequila.
Yeah, agreed.
Mm.
So, bit of a recap and bit of an infill. I know that Ash and Flint won't be here this session, so I'm going to have to figure something out with that necessarily. Still kind of... but you guys had wandered outside of your initial cavern, everybody except Baharash, who is still in the initial cavern, and found 2 Wyrmlings, one presumably on a nest of some sort, and the other sprinting down the hallway. And, of course, Sarah is first. Just looking back at the initiative.
Are you gonna act for her, or are we going to? How are we gonna do this?
I think I was going to...
You're just gonna roll?
I think I could skip hers for the Wyrmling that's closest to... that's on the nest. So I'll skip Flint and Mariel, and then go to the Copper Wyrmling here, and then it would be Grizz's turn, then the second Wyrmling, then Baharash, Zolas, Mame, and Ash isn't in the turn either. to what I'm thinking is going to happen. Basically, from your guys' perspective too, as you guys had kind of alerted these Wyrmlings, Ash and Flint just like froze, and not just metaphorically in the sense they stopped moving and become inanimate like everybody else did just before the battle, but their whole bodies turned to ice. And yeah, hopefully Sarah gets on here and that doesn't happen to her too. So this guy here though is going to so it's going to kind of jog towards these guys, just kind of hop off its nest and stand out in front of it right about here protectively, and just before it is Grizz's turn.
Give me a minute because my astral is still loading textures.
You're good. I guess I should have taken longer in trying to figure out what the heck everybody else was doing too. What are some of these other noises?
Wait, did you make that or did the thing make that?
That was Ike.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm glad that wasn't a sound effect that I can type into the keyboard, because you guys would be hearing that a lot.
Oh dear.
So for your sake.
Yes.
Looks like a
Everybody do the flop.
Oh.
yeah,
Oh,
that was scary. Looks like though, Grizz, you're in now, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how to zoom in.
It's the so if you've got a trackpad, you probably
Yes.
can just use it like the phone. Like you take your two fingers and on the trackpad and zoom in or out. That work?
It's over 9,000.
Yes.
It pulls up a weird square. I don't know. It's fine. If I can.
I have a question about what we're seeing, if we're still stalling.
A little bit. I
Yeah.
mean, we're stalling a little bit. I think, Grizz, you're trying to decide what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm also trying to see if I can zoom.
Yeah, that's fine. What's the question about what you can see?
So, there's two copper Wyrmlings. What is this hole in the ground thing? Is it actually just a hole in the ground? And what's in it? And can we see that from where we are?
You can, because it's more of like a furrow than a hole, so to say, where it's just like, it looks like it was just kind of just like hurriedly but carefully and with much care, you can tell too, because it's arranged in a nice fashion around these what you presume are eggs, as they look like stones to you, but the first one that was sitting on top of them is now jumped off of them and is visibly, standing in between everybody and those eggs. So it's
cool.
kind of a nest.
How big are the eggs?
They are like substantial. They are probably 3 foot in height.
Cool.
So I think it's safe to assume these Wyrmlings did not lay those eggs.
Or the
Because that would hurt.
they could work differently. Like the gestation period inside the egg could be very large, and the egg could grow kind of like a butterfly cocoon.
Okay, sure.
Okay, I have something. I'm trying to improvise and see if it works. Give me like 2 seconds. Yeah.
Opern Gangnam Style.
Oh, fuck.
Gangnam Style.
Sorry.
That's hilarious.
No. This will make me start. Why didn't you just go through the other door? Sorry, guys.
All right. So what?
Okay. So, I am going to cast Chilta. Well, shit.
You did almost die last session, just as a little bit of a recap.
Yes, I'm aware.
Well,
I saw my hit points when I logged in.
technically you died and then came back, but and then we're not dead.
Fine. I'm gonna cast Chill Touch on Wyrmling 2.
Okay. You're gonna run up there, I'm assuming, too? Because it's Chill Touch, right?
It's range. 120 foot range.
Huh.
Because remember, the skeletal hand is what?
Oh, right. I was gonna say, I feel like we'd talked about this last time, but it was not coming back to me completely. Okay, now I understand.
Mm. I'm gonna stay where I'm at because I'm not working. I'm
That
sorry.
just misses.
16 missing?
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, does anybody know? I mean, I guess we don't know if they're... Can I do a don't know what it would be. Can I? What would you want me to roll to see if I know if these are like if copper dragons and wormlings are typically aggressive or not?
You would roll a history check if that were your aim.
I got a 7, even with my +4 to history.
So you'd know, at least from that, with your past experience, that the dragons and the race of wyrmlings associated with them, are normally protective, but not aggressive, if you know what I mean. You have an understanding that they can get aggressive when it comes to protecting, but if left alone may not do anything. And
Okay.
would stick to their territory, so to say.
I'm going to kind of relay that and see if, like, do we just want to sneak past, like, just walk past these things?
I mean, I'm kind of okay with that.
And I'm just a little fucked up, so I would prefer not to engage right now.
Are we going
Not
to
2
be
hit points.
Are we going to
Well-
be able to sneak past them?
They're not typically aggressive. They're just like kind of protective. So I think if we just keep moving, I don't think they would attack us.
It's fine with me.
Yeah, I'm okay with it, especially since they seem to be extra strong. 16 didn't hit.
Yeah.
If it's one of those bad rolled nights, we're all fucked.
Yeah, that'd be true right there.
So I'm guessing we're sneaking out to the north past the Copper Wyrmling too. Are we gonna go? Is somebody gonna like shout to Baharash and be like, "We're out"? Or are we just gonna leave him behind because we're evil?
I mean,
I guess we could just start moving and like everybody down there should get the hint, right?
You'd think so.
So,
I'm big.
um,
Well, I guess it's not my turn, so I can't do anything. But honestly, I'm big, so I can lead the way past Copper Wyrmling. But again, it's not my turn.
Are we still in initiative order, or?
I was just about to say it is a little dependent upon back there. Is that how far you can move for your turn there, Grizz, or are you just trying to sneak past?
I think so, because I was
You were like right
here.
there. Yeah.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Yeah, that's about where I can move. It's like right
that's
here.
some strong movement you got there. So I was going to describe a little bit of what happened on your turn too, if you were done, because what happened when you missed, I'm assuming, is that you cast it just out of reflex as it come around the corner, and the ephemeral hand just comes out and touches right next to the dragon, and some of the stones just kind of crumble next to it, and it sort of notices this, so it's wary of you. And it is its turn, so I'm just taking its turn right now too, and it's it's still kind of like hissing at you, but backing off towards this direction, as it's doing so. It's like and then it would be Baharash's turn technically, but you guys aren't in combat as it is now, as to what you can, they're not attacking, they're just protecting this spot here. So, you can have free movement now.
Okay. Can I cast something?
I don't see why not.
I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. and I'm gonna make it a sound of my best guess at what a copper wyrmling baby sounds like coming from over here.
Oh, okay.
I might have to get it a little bit closer. There we go.
I think I'm gonna have to hear your best impression of it then too. There we go. I think what both of them are going to roll this. This one's going to.
Oh no.
So the one closest kind of turns its head and, or farther away actually, I guess. It doesn't make any sense, never mind. So the one that's farther away keeps backing towards the nest, not really acknowledging the sound, and the first one, though, is distracted by it and kind of turns its head and looks at the nest curiously, because the eggs themselves haven't cracked. It's looking for the sound, like, what?
Okay, I guess I'll move while distraction is happening.
So you guys currently, too, are walking through this cave system that you can tell, because you know that you're underground to some degree, because it's hewn into the earth, as I'd mentioned before. And as you're getting along there, Mame, you're starting to hear a trickle of water, almost a sloshing of waves from the direction you were looking before. And that direction where you're kind of standing and listening, though, is almost a sizzling and cracking sound and popping.
So one side's sizzling and cracking like pop rocks, and the other side is water. Moving water.
So what you can interpret.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be an appropriate approximation.
Okay. Well, I say, fuck popping, let's go to water. But, I'm gonna wait for the rest of the party, I suppose.
Who are, as they filter in, hearing some of the same things, and as everybody else is making their way around the cavern with the Wyrmlings, they've backed off even more, and the first one has gotten back onto the nest to curl up and keep them warm continually, and the second one is standing in front of the first, watching everyone cautiously.
I'm pretty sad those eggs are so big. I was looking forward to taking a Wyrmling egg and having a pet.
We could have mounts.
Right?
Yes.
Maybe we'll come back.
I'm down for that.
Who's to say? Alright, so there's some cool looking mushrooms down here, and there's water down this way. I'm not, married to this direction, but that's where my vote goes.
I'm okay with that.
Although the mushrooms do have a health bar, so I don't know.
There just needs to be a quicker way to edit that.
Like maybe we
Are
stop
we going left or right?
I'm not for either direction. Whatever gets us out of this damn cave.
Which
Let's
one's
go
pop
right.
rocks?
North.
Left. Yeah, north. Left.
Left, north.
That way.
I think we're only waiting
It doesn't matter.
I think we're only waiting for Zolas's and Grizz's vote, because no one else is here this evening.
Well, if we go left, we, I think, go towards the sizzling and cracking, and to the right is the water.
Right, so who votes left and who votes right?
I don't
Or
care.
we can Libra Jenkins it. Does anyone feel strongly?
I vote mushrooms.
Yeah, I'm with the mushrooms too.
Okay,
Right.
go touch that mushroom.
Woo.
The mushrooms.
Well, do I have to? Okay, so I'm gonna approach. There's no trigger here. So is this like, is this a drop?
That is a stalagmite on the ground. Yeah, because the tights are tight against the ceiling, and it's, you know, a pillar of stone reaching towards the ceiling that you can kind of see from your.
But this is like a clear walkway. I'm trying to like, is this a rug or these like crates? Like
Those are crates that you can see just behind the mushroom. Yes.
Okay.
How tall is the mushroom?
The mushrooms are bush-like in the sense that they're probably about 3 or 4 foot high. But they're off.
7.
But they're off to both sides, and they, you know, leave a gap to almost. If you were to hug the stalagmite, you could potentially, you know, not go by without touching them.
I see.
Has-
Okay, so I think I achieved that, but I'm not sure.
Has anyone encountered these before or knows anything about like plant stuff?
Oh, that's a good question.
Can I make a nature check to see? Would it be nature?
You can, but I also want Mame to roll a surprise check, which I found out more recently has to do with your perspective, your perception. That's what I meant.
Okay, so what do you want me to roll?
I'm looking it up again so that I'm not
Okay.
quoting horseshit.
Hold on, Bill.
12. So, from your experience, Grizz, you know that these are not only plants but also animals, and that they are similar in nature to other plants of a carnivorous venture.
Oh shit, it's Little Shop of Horror Plants. Bunch of Audrey 2 guys.
Did Mame die?
I don't know. I don't know what you want me to roll.
Just a second, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just wanted to make
Oh.
sure that I'm not... Because I just looked this up not too long ago, because I know we'd been talking about it too for other instances, and this one has a really good understanding for surprise attack, specifically.
And so is this... Oh, I guess I'll wait.
Here it is. Loading. That's what it is. It's a dexterity, that's right. From your end, it's a dexterity. Yes. That's why I knew I wasn't quoting that quite right. But you moved, I'm presuming, to like right there, which I had seen, which is like right on top of the crate. So you came around this corner and basically just hopped up on these crates and waited for everybody else. Like you were going to sit down too. So if you roll a dexterity, and probably with a disadvantage after landing on the crates like that.
A saving throw? Or, well, so I didn't mean... So these look like rugs. I didn't mean to jump up on crates.
That's fair.
So I'm standing next to them.
I would say by here you would be surprised anyway, so that's totally fair. If you want to roll just a dexterity saving throw, yes.
Yeah, say saving throw or just like, I don't... This whatever's across the top, but I'll do a... That's fine. Rolling. Ha-ha!
That is a good one. So, as you round the corner there, you... Oh yeah, I have to do this.
The most dexterous and I've ever seen.
Yeah, seriously. So you, see a giant snake-like thing with 4 mandibles or 5 mandibles, you're not quite sure, as it comes out and tries to grapple you. And you're able to just, you know, take one step back after while still in motion, as it grabs right for the space where you were.
What in
And
the
everybody-
actual fuck is that thing?
So can I
Everybody-
react? Isn't that like a thing?
That's if you move away, and we were talking about some of that. But right now your reaction is not dying because you, or rather getting
Okay.
grappled by it because you, like, you know, you dodged out of the way from it.
Okay, I'm not mad about that.
And everybody roll initiative at that point too.
That thing is scary.
Right?
We're gonna fuck it up. Gotta believe to achieve.
Too late to go towards the crackling?
I mean, you guys can.
I mean, yeah, if everybody ran away, I guess too. It's always an option.
Giant snake. Oh, speaking of giant snakes, I had breakfast next to an iguana today.
Ooh.
I told my mom I wanted to go to Everglades National Park and walk around, and she said no.
Why?
Something about alligators and boa constrictors just doesn't sound fun to her.
I guess.
Ike just sent me a text saying that he's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say I'm missing his initiative.
Yeah.
But that is more than likely.
Probably wouldn't care if you wanted to roll for him.
I do have the D&D Beyonds for him to go to his. Oops. Gosh darn it, I don't look at this D&D Beyond enough. Where's the initiative?
Next to AC.
It's kind of tucked in the middle of the top of the page.
Oh, okay.
Right next to the your skills and armor class.
Thanks, guys. Roll. Roll, damn you. It's just got a +2. I'm gonna just roll a d20 and then add 2. Ink. Roll. He got a 3. Guess that's what happens. Oh, whoa! It did show up in some of the chat here when I was clicking on the other button. It wasn't showing up on D&D Beyond. Interesting. So I'll take that first one, which came through as a 6, at least. Alright, so it would be Mame, Zolis, Snake, Baharash, and then Grizz. So,
That's fitting.
Mame, here's your reaction, I guess, to
so-
giant snake-like creature trying to bite you. Or
It tells me I can do 2 weapon fighting, but I don't really have. So my great axe is a 2-handed weapon, so I can't have 2 weapons if that's 2-handed. I also have a hand axe and a javelin.
no, not technically. So the thing with 2-handed weapons is that they get a bonus or an advantage when you wield them with 2 hands, so they're more effective, you know? But you can wield them single-handed.
I believe, don't barbarians get, like, don't barbarians have a trait where they can wield two-handed weapons single-handedly because of their size?
That's a.
I mean, I would agree with that just from my end. That's how I would interpret that. So you could technically wield it one-handed, and then wield another weapon in the other hand if that's what you're trying to do. But you might have to... The action might be readying your second weapon if that's what you're trying to do, if you're not already readied with it too.
I can reduce damage. The cold doesn't bother me. I can rage, which I'm expecting to do as a bonus action. I'm excited about that. Okay, so I guess I'm pretty close to this thing, right? Yeah, it's like right up in my grill. Does it... How can I tell if I have a weapon readied or not?
Whether or not you would readied it before combat. So, presuming you remember what happened last time, did you...
Negative. I don't even think I attacked anything last time. I was too far away. I was worrying about, like, lighting candles.
You did attack a lizard at one point. It was a really small lizard, and I'm pretty sure it was... But this is where my memory's foggy, is whether or not it was two-handed, and...
I would have just done that with the great axe.
That's what I would figured you would said that you had done.
Yeah.
And had the just giant axe coming swinging down to squash the lizard with.
Yeah.
Which I didn't.
Because you always use the biggest axe, right? Why would you use the smaller axe? So it says I have a 5-foot reach with that. Is this giant snake within 5 feet of me?
If you took like a half step, probably, but yeah, I'd say.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
the
take
like little tendrils of its maw.
Oh, I want to get closer to that. So I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a giant step towards this thing and use that forward momentum in my attack, and I'm gonna try to fuck it up real hard with my great axe.
6 does not hit.
I don't feel like that's gonna do much.
Did you rage?
So yeah, so that's my bonus action. I'm assuming I can do that as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna send that to chat. It said roll, but
I see.
So you guys know.
Do you want to describe what you did then too?
So I guess I went to swing at it and it moved out of the way, so I didn't hit it. Oh, on my turn I can enter rage. Oh, I thought bonus actions were always after. Whatever. I'm not wearing heavy armor. But anyway, so now I'm just standing there being real pissed off.
Okay. You don't want to just come up with a how you enter rage yet? I know that's sometimes a fun
no,
thing.
I enter it? I'm not just pissed off that I missed?
Well, that's sometimes a fun thing for barbarians, at least, is, it's like, when you've entered your rage state, you're just like, you swing and a miss and you're like, or
I scream can my hair turn yellow like I'm going Super Saiyan?
You don't have any hair. You already told me.
No, we'll actively close it.
I'm gonna enter rage with a string of expletives, too harsh for our gentle ears.
Okay. And I'm looking forward to knowing what those are. It would be then Zolus's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna figure out how to play this character. I'm going to creep along the wall. 5, 10. I imagine did I see the snake attack Mame?
You heard Mame's expletives, and you'd kind of seen a flash of something from where you were that Mame was swinging their axe at. But now as you would come closer, you can kind of see through the mushroom some bits of what looks like a reptile of some sort. Presumably snake-like as it's kind of bobbing through as you're looking through the mushroom bush.
Can I see this thing? This fire? Or can only Cassidy see that?
Only Cassidy can see it, yeah. I guess technically, no, you can see it too. I guess it's backlighting the creature, creating it even harder to kind of see. But it's like but yeah, you wouldn't be able to physically see it, but you know that there's a light and a fire source coming from behind the creature.
Okay, I want to figure out what it is, so I'm gonna keep moving and try not to touch the mushroom. Sit right here.
If you're moving that way, I would require a athletics to not touch the mushroom.
Okay.
Because you're not moving in the open space, you're kind of moving through the bush.
Okay, I got an 18.
Okay, so you kind of hop over the mushroom. It's only 4 or 5 feet high, so you're wary of it after Grizz's mention of their carnivorous nature, and like, nah, nope, get out of that, and jumping over it.
Cool. So I'm gonna cast Mage Hand. I'm gonna hold my crystal and like just mumble a little bit, and I'm actually not sure. Is casting that my action, or can I like do stuff with it too?
Oh, I see.
I don't know if like I have to wait for my next turn to actually do something. I don't know, the directions are unclear.
I would say yes. The casting is one action. It says right there, casting time. So upon casting it, it would that's your action to answer your question.
Okay, then I'll cast it, and it's a point I can see within range. So I'm gonna have it be behind the giant snake, and I'm just gonna hide in the shadow and hope that it comes back to my turn.
Okay. What's behind the giant snake, by the way? You said a giant hand, but is it like ready to like howl giant? And
do I get beside that? It's a spectral floating hand, and it's
can carry.
Oh, I guess it's normal sized hand. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. I got it. A normal sized hand appears behind the snake.
Okay. Just like, is it like a human hand too, or is it like a glowing?
I guess so.
Okay.
I don't know. Let's make it red.
Okay. A red, normal-sized hand.
Human hand. Yep.
Okay.
That's creepy.
And then, is that all you're going to do, or did you have any bonus actions?
No, I don't think I have any.
Baharash, the mountain sage. It beeth your turn.
Woody. Alrighty. Alright, hang on, oh, okay, there it is. Alright. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I'll move here. Let's see here. Actually, shit. I fucked that up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay. It's showing that I can still see the snake standing by this rock. Like, is that legit, or is that like just not playing right?
You can,
like, my
from where you're standing on it, because you've kind of gone past it, but you're squeezing in between the mushroom and the pillar as you round it on that side there. because it's just a pillar of cave-like stalagmite, like I described. So you should be able to see around it, and you can basically see the entire thing of the snake, except for maybe portions of its front tendrils. And
Okay.
I would like you to roll an athletics for me to get by that mushroom.
Yeah. $13.
So you, as you're coming around that, you're just like hugging the stalagmite after Grizz's warning, and kind of watching your little butt, just like your dragon butt, just squeak by the mushroom, but you're able to get by, and you're on the other side now of the stalagmite where you are, so you can see as we described.
All right, cool. Let's see here. You touch one of the creature before the spell ends. The target is ready for it. Check its choice. It can roll. Huh. Okay, I think I'm going to use my breath attack on it. 'Cause I don't have any real ranged ability. So
You can move into that square that's just in front of you too. The stalagmite isn't there. It's kind of taking up the base of it is where the shadow of it is, so to say, the very darkest portion, which is to say probably about almost 10 feet circular.
okay, cool. Well then that changes things. All right. Then I'm going to attack it with my warhammer. 16 to hit.
That hits.
Alrighty. Oh, my attack roll is 12 damage.
Okay. I will turn that health bar back on. That work?
Can you hear me?
Wow, that's a big health bar.
It looks big, but it's also just a big creature, and we can hear you, Gab.
Okay.
All right.
That's how much you're...
Oh, okay. That's what
That's how
12
much-
damage did?
Yeah.
That's pretty reasonable then. All right.
Wait. I missed the 2 of that. There we go.
Oh, okay. That's even better. Cool. Then I think that's gonna end my turn then.
Do you want to describe it?
You can do it.
Okay. So your hammer, that's what you'd said, right, too? Because
Yeah, it's a warhammer.
and it's single-handed, right? You were describing you're using it as a single hand, or...
Yeah, unless I specifically say I'm going to use it two-handed. Because if I use it two-handed, I have to drop my shield.
Right. So you're holding onto your shield, and you have the warhammer in the other hand, and you just bring this thing screaming down on the back tail of it unexpectedly, and just you hear inside of it, but it hasn't broken the skin and scales of the creature itself, and it roars in defiance of just this ear-piercing. And if you were done with your turn, then I believe it's Grizz.
Yeah, I am done with my turn.
I am I'm sorry. I keep getting an error message on my mom's laptop for anything, and now it's popping up for Google, and it's like, this site can't be reached. Its IP address cannot be found, or it is spelled incorrectly. I'm like, I think I know how to spell Google. Alright, so it's my turn. I'm gonna move up to here. There we go. Now it's working. Nope. Just kidding. Alright. Oh, from my phone.
Did you say something beyond that?
No, I'm gonna just have to roll from my phone because something's weird's going on with
Beyond.
my internet connection, with her laptop. My phone and her iPad are working fine with the laptop. So I'm gonna move up to here, and then I'm going to try and cast Chill Touch on the serpent.
I'm not sure if you can see it from there.
Okay. I'm gonna have to.
Is it?
Well, I have to jump down.
It's not a jumping down. That's just a different gradient. It's the same level through there. If you're walking straight, you're walking in between two bushes of mushroom, and then there's a pillar of stone in front of you that you can kind of walk between them in yep.
Alright, I'll go right there then. I think that puts me at my 30.
Okay.
20, 25, 30, yeah.
And you would definitely be able to see from there, I would say, what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Alright. That's a 20 to hit.
That hits.
So it takes 5 narcotic damage.
Did you see that, or do you want me to describe for you too? I can do.
You can describe it.
I got you. So the ephemeral finger comes down yet again and just kind of touches with its index finger on the back of the snake and sort of strokes along the back of it too, almost affectionately, and it causes the decaying of scales along that portion there that just kind of and then flake off.
Is this a weak spot?
Maybe.
Okay, and then that will end my turn then.
Then it would be a mame.
Alright, so the snake now has a weak spot because its scales are, weakened.
Not that you can entirely see from your perspective, just saying, because its head is about at your, so the maw is kind of like, you're Space Invaders right now, by the way, for some reason again, but the center of its maw is probably about right where your head is, so it's about 7 foot to the actual gaping face hole, and then the the rest of the tendrils are kind of coming out from there, 10 feet in width, and you can kind of see it slithering back another 10 feet in distance behind it.
Okay. So I guess I'll just swing at it with my great axe again.
Okay.
Yes.
That hits, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm raging, so there's a plus. I have advantage on strength checks. Oh. When you make a melee weapon attack using strength, you gain a bonus to the damage roll. I don't know what that is, but
Roll. I'm scrolling back up too, but I'm not seeing it in.
yeah, it says rage damage column in the barbarian table, but I don't know what that is.
These are things that I should probably know.
Yeah, I just don't know what the barbarian table is.
I just googled it. So you're level 1 because you guys haven't rested yet. You've got a proficiency of +2, with a +2 to damage right now. It looks like.
Okay, so +2 on my damage.
Every level sees a +2 increase until you get to level 9. Then it starts seeing a 3 and then a 4. So you just get exponentially badasser. So.
Yeah, that's just fitting. Okay, so the snake takes 13 damage.
Okay.
Slashing damage. Can I chop one of its wiggly arms off?
That's
Can that be part of my...
pretty much going to describe if you want to describe it.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'll let you describe it.
Okay.
I enjoy your descriptions.
So, you said 13, right?
Indeed.
So you swing your great axe down, and on the right side of it, just barely missing the center mass of the head, and just off the 2 tendrils on the right, and green ichor just pours across the crates on your right. Yeah, so across this direction. And it screams in agony of just.
Awesome.
And then it would be Zolas' turn again.
Wait, did it move?
No.
Did the snake ever go?
It's after you technically, which is what it last time it. I think I skipped its turn last time.
Okay. I got a regular-sized floating hand behind him. And I don't know if this is going to work, but you can tell me. I'm going to try and manipulate the hand so that I can dump some of the contents of this fire. Like, spill it over.
I understand what you're trying to say. I'm trying to figure out what you would... Probably a dexterity.
With my bonus?
Yes.
I rolled a 1. Yay.
So your hand...
+1.
If you wanted to... I mean, you can describe it, but...
Just like whiff, like the hand. I'm assuming doesn't accomplish anything. Just like slides off that fire pit thing.
Yeah.
I can't tell exactly what it is.
From what you can kind of see just behind the snake, I didn't just give you a descriptor last time. It's sort of a grated metal kind of fire pit almost, as to what we would commonly understand them now. But they another name for them, I had to figure it out, was a brazier, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they actually, there's some wood and such in there that you can understand, but there's a grate on top of it too, from your angle, and your hand, when you whiffed off of it, I'm not familiar with that particular term, but I know what you mean at least. That you go to grab for like the edge of it, and your hand just underestimates the weight of the thing, and just kind of sloop off the
Urban
side.
Dictionary says whiff means to just barely miss the intended goal.
Huh. I haven't heard that one.
But yeah, that was a sad couple turns. That's it. I'm gonna stay where I am.
And then everyone roll a Constitution saving throw that can see the creature.
Alrighty.
I got 13.
Oh.
$18.
Looking for a mame.
What? Oh, sorry. What do you need me to roll? I had to. It froze on me.
You're good. Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Like, there's a song.
16. Oh wow. Damn, you guys are all great then. So the creature had presumably an eye on the bottom and the top tendrils that are coming from its maw, and one had faced towards you, Baharash, and the other had faced towards Mame and Grizz, and just stared you down, and you felt this sense of rigidity to you that didn't quite take as it relaxes again, and it starts just kind of waving back and forth yet again. It's but was presumably attempting something.
So it's a Medusa?
A
Or I guess a
basilisk.
Gorgon? Yes? Hello?
Yes, as in the description, at least what you can understand of what that description would be there. But I mean, you guys wouldn't know that necessarily. What
That
had
it's a
happened?
Gorgon?
It's a basilisk.
Oh, it's a basilisk.
Yeah, you guys wouldn't know that necessarily from the description of what you've seen so far, but you would know that it had attempted to do something and had failed. And it would be Baharash's turn.
It's a bastard is what it is.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I have an idea of what I want to do. I just want to make sure it's the right move.
Kill it.
That's
This is the right.
that's the goal. Alright, hang on. That's 9. Ouch, that sucks. I did not build that right. I'm gonna try this anyhow. I'm gonna use my breath attack, but it has to. There's a DC throw involved in it. The DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus my Constitution modifier plus my proficiency bonus. So that brings it up to 11. So a creature takes 2. So if it fails the DC, it takes half the damage. So it's going to be 2d6. So I'm rolling that now.
And you said Constitution?
It's. Let me. Hang on. Hang on. I ignore both of those. I'm trying to send. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, that's your Constitution.
Yeah. So the whole DC. So, I don't know what it like. It has to beat an 11 because like it's 8 plus my Constitution modifier, which is a 1, and then my proficiency bonus is a 2. So that makes the whole DC 11. But I don't know what DC it needs to make. I don't know if that's like.
Well, presuming that it's like what you're describing when it comes to a breath weapon, right? Like you're just going or whatever, you know, and
Yeah, pretty much.
And I don't know what the breath is necessarily.
It's lightning damage.
Okay.
And it's in a it should be it's a straight line at 60 feet.
Okay. So then I would say the DC would have to be dexterity, if anything.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say it is. It's a dexterity check.
Okay, so whatever I roll, it's gonna take half damage.
Okay.
So because it beat, I'm gonna have to pump points into Constitution apparently. When I get that shit. Wow. It's only taking 3 damage. This is. I had this horrible time with Sacred Flame the last time I used this character, and I have a horrible feeling that this is going to happen all over again.
Well, the thing to keep in mind, I guess, is that the effect, right? So, like, you are using lightning, and this is a serpent filled with water, and there are things that are also susceptible to lightning damage. So I'd say that it wouldn't just take 3, it would probably take 5 damage from it. Just because that it is, you know,
an environmental hazard at this point.
Yeah, and for similar reasons, like in the future, like the creature is in water or what have you, or that they're, you know, like you guys are mostly of water, for instance. So it's going to be susceptible. Let's see here, though. So we said 5, so we go down there. That's what that looked like from damage there. If you want to describe it, or do you want me to?
I'll let you have this one, since it wasn't like what I thought was gonna happen.
At least give me the how you're casting it. I mean, because you know you've got your squall from the other character, so I want to give you that.
Okay, so how I'm doing it is, let me just make sure these are right again. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so my eyes for my character is yellow. So anytime I do this, I imagine like they go straight yellow and like glow like really brightly, and then like a rumbling thunder can be heard, and like I bring my shoulders back and like arch my head and then bring it forward like I'm summoning like it from my like the core of my body, and then you hear like this thunder as it going on, and then just a like sharp crack of thunder as lightning shoots out of my mouth.
I can dig it.
Like
So
Kamehameha waving out of your mouth.
Yeah, kind of.
yeah. I can see where you're going with that, Gab, but I also was thinking it would be more of like the and then it would just be like
so because where I got that from Squall,
the lightning loogie.
yeah,
yeah,
a little bit.
because kind of where I got it from Squall, I originally was doing it on this character.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why Squall's also blue, because like I put so much time into this character, I just wanted to like copy it for Squall. So
All of your
Just
characters,
salty This character died.
your characters only attack with their mouth.
yeah,
That's it.
I did. Yeah, I've even got another. I have another bird person warlock that does the same thing. So I think I might have a problem. So
Or you found the solution, one of the two.
Yeah.
that's true.
He watches a lot of DBZ.
Yeah.
So the lightning, as it comes out of your mouth, strikes and strokes across the top of it and just sizzles across that burnt part too that Grizz had opened up, and kind of goes into the creature as it's twitches once, twice, and goes out in the direction towards the brazier. But
Okay.
in between it and the crates, not hitting either. So then it would be Griselda's turn, if you were done with yours, Bahash.
Yes.
So I just want to make sure. So the health bar and the giant snake is accurate. That's how much we have left.
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay.
Managing my expectations.
It is a challenging task, let me tell you.
I see.
Expectation managing.
Oh, it's a humanoid. Alright, so
There once was a man.
From Nantucket.
alright.
Who had a bucket.
I don't want to get super close to him, so I'm just gonna do chill touch again.
You can do some cool things with buckets.
Natural one. Did you hear me?
Chill touch again, and then you kind of
Kind of
trailed off.
natural.
Sorry.
I got a nat 1.
Oh, no.
And it begins.
I mean, that obviously doesn't hit. Do you want to just describe what you did there? Or
I'll let you describe my catastrophe.
so you continue your efforts from before of decaying the giant snake reptile creature, and the figure comes down as before, but towards the remaining two eyes, attempting to inhibit its ability to do any such things as you had felt before, and just misses and touches one of the crates, and they all crumble into nothing, into a pile of dust on the floor.
Hope there wasn't anything important in those.
You know, probably like magical weapons.
It was the one
there
and
was-
only key out of this place.
Since there were so few of us, there was 1, 2, 4 cloaks of immortality. They just got burned out.
I'll save your worrying fears, and it was only the crate that you had actually touched of the 3 that actually crumbled to nothingness.
Okay.
Just for
So am I missing anything? Because I don't see anybody near the crates or a crate missing. Or do I need to refresh Astral?
I just
No. I
I'm-
cast Chill Touch, and I rolled the natural 1.
Right.
So I still touched one of the crates, and Chill Touch does necrotic damage.
Oh, okay.
I disintegrated a crate.
Okay, so just this bottom one.
mhm.
Okay.
I'm helping, guys.
That had the ring of infinite gold. Gold coins if you wished on it.
Well, it's not going to help us down here.
No.
If you were
Alright,
done
that'll-
with your turn, Grizz, then it would be Mame.
Woot woot. Alright. So, I'm still raging. I rage for 10 turns, and this is turn 3. Yeah, so I'm just gonna try to fuck it up again with the axe. See how it goes. Die, snake, die.
Does not hit.
Murder.
Damn it.
Think
Even
of the
with,
belts
well, I
they'd
guess.
be able to make.
Well, okay, so I can still move though, right? So I'm gonna take a full step, full 5 feet backwards.
Okay. Do you want to describe how you missed, I guess, or what had happened?
Can.
I can. I wasn't looking. Sorry, I was reading for other stuff. My bad. I can.
No,
describe
it's
it.
okay. It's okay. I don't. Very disappointed that it didn't strike. I don't know how I missed.
So
I don't know. Tried so hard.
You were emboldened from
You got
your
so far.
and exultant from your time of slicing off the other tendrils that had slapped to the floor on the right side, and went to go do the same thing to the other side, but the creature being wary to what had happened before, just and you hit right next to it in the air and almost kind of stumbled as you stumbled backwards just to get away from the thing.
Classic. Are we gonna be able to harvest this thing and eat it?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I'm making a belt.
Snakeskin belt. Alright. Cool.
Then it would be Zolus's turn if you were done with yours, Mame.
Yeah. Is this hand still up? I want the hand to do something. Okay, so I'm gonna try again, and I hope for the best. And I'm gonna try and push the brazier over, and if that chars the snake, that's the goal. Okay, and it was dexterity. I got 18 that time.
Okay, that time you knew what you were doing and you gave it your all as the brazier flipped on its side, but most of the coals were held inside as they landed directly in front of it, towards the snake though. Some of the smaller ones just rolling out into that square towards the snake.
Look, guys, I'm doing it.
Yes.
I'm attacking. I am out of spells and only have cantrips and didn't pick a single cantrip that is an attack, so I'm dumb. But
It's okay.
all right.
I mean, if it
You
makes you
are
feel
level-
any better, I didn't
You
pick a
are
single
guy.
attack that's useful for spells.
You guys are level 2. You just have to rest.
I know. I want my spells. Okay, well the goal was to char the snake in some way, but maybe next round I'll pick up the coals and throw them at the snake. I'll just like inch this way maybe. Sounds like fun.
Pressed
Be, like,
against
right here.
just behind. Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Hiding behind mom. I'm gonna do that. That sounds like a good idea. All right. That's all.
All right. Frustrated by its lack of limbs, it inches forward, grasping for Mame.
Of course.
22 to hit.
Jesus. Well, what kind of an attack is this?
Melee. Are you asking something else?
I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, slashing damage.
It is piercing damage. The resistance is good to know.
I have resistance and there's something else. While not wearing armor, which is right now, I don't think I have any armor on.
You described you were wearing shorts. And that was questionable.
I'm trying to make sure that like and my equipment. Yeah, I don't think I have anything.
I bet Mame wears jorts.
That's actually what you had said too.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I just heard you say it then.
There are jeans in this world. I've cut them off. Okay, so I'm not wearing any armor, and that means I have stone's endurance. Sorry, no. Fuck, where did I just saw unarmored defense. Here, I'll put it in the thingamajigger. My AC equals 10 plus dex modifier plus con modifier plus any shield bonus.
Are you still raging?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I have resistance to piercing.
Okay.
Okay, so anyway, so I guess what we have to figure out is how much damage I'm taking.
Okay.
So 22 to hit. So
And you'd said
10.
that was a hit, right? Which is your
That's
AC.
what I'm trying to figure out.
You need to look at your AC, your armor class.
Right. So while I'm not, that's why I'm saying unarmored defense, which I put in the thing. While not wearing armor, which I believe I'm not.
Nope.
My AC equals 10 plus my dex modifier, which is +1, so 11, plus con modifier. Constitution, which is +2, so 13, which is the same as my armor class. Do I have any shield bonus? Where does that come from?
No. So your shield bonus would be if you were carrying a shield.
Yeah, so 13. So it's the same as my armor class. 13. So it hits. Wonderful.
And it was a 9 is what I'd rolled for the damage. And it would have, I would say, probably more like a 7 with your resistance to it.
Cool. Cool. Oh wait, no, so I took 7. 3 left. Okay.
So the creature kind of comes forward and wraps half of its tendrils around you, but can't quite get a grasp without the other side of its tendrils that you've chopped off, and just with its
Oh, wait. Sorry, I have this too. I thought I had something else. So not only am I raging, but I have Stone's Endurance. So I can roll a d12 and reduce my damage.
add your Constitution modifier to the rolled number.
My Constitution modifier is a 2, plus 2.
So you got only
2 plus 2,
3
so 4?
damage.
Yeah.
As it kind of grazed its tendrils across your skin, which had a little bit of what you could feel as it did so, almost teeth inside the tendrils, these jagged protrusions that ripped across your flesh, only did minor serrations in your flesh.
I'm focused.
It's just a scratch.
It's just a flesh wound. I'll bite your legs off. Let's fuck this thing up so we can take a nap, guys. We need to rest.
I'm just still hiding behind you, like.
Then it would be
cool.
Baharash's turn.
Alrighty.
I'm really excited for when the rest of the players unthaw to figure out what happened to them.
I'm gonna move behind it, and
Ooh, sneaky, sneaky.
I'm going to attempt to attack, or I'm going to attempt to hit it. Ooh, I know that's
a hit. 25.
Wow.
Alright. Let's go damage. 11 damage.
That wasn't a natural 20?
Actually, no.
Wow.
No, it wasn't. I have, I think it was, had 25. It would have been a 19. I have a +6 to my, hit.
Wow.
And I think you need to make part of your name as Baharash the Mountain Sage reincarnate, because I think some of that is from your previous character, which we discussed before. I think it's just carrying over from the previous character you made, but like even though it went back to level 1, I was confused about something else too when I was looking at it, that it seemed pretty high for a level 1, but I don't remember what that particularly was at this hour.
As a Dragonborn and a cleric, I have like +2 to strength, and plus something else. That makes it pretty high.
Oh, okay.
Like, let me.
Plus, he had rolled really well when he rolled his stats.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
Which is part of the reason he was so pissed that he died the first campaign.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not debating it. I'm just. I would.
Oh, yeah, no. For it's. The Tempest class is like.
Oh.
He's a cleric, but I chose the Tempest class subclass, and that makes the cleric like a mini paladin. Yeah,
I got you.
Like, let me see here what my stuff is. Abilities. Yeah. So my roll is like what I rolled was a 16 to strength, 15 for dexterity, 13 constitution, 15 intelligence, 18 wisdom, and a 15 charisma.
Yeah.
What's your bad trait? You don't have one.
Constitution is pretty crap. Like comparatively. Like yeah, so with my class attributes and everything, like that brings it up to a 4. it's a 4 modifier. If I'm reading it, I mean, I could share my screen.
I think I also have your character sheet, which is where I was getting some of that from. I was like, damn, because like I said, I'm not debating it. It's just impressive. I'm not sure how you managed it because you've got like +4s in history, deception, athletics, arcana, and animal handling as well.
That also has to deal with the sage background, and I think the Tempest subclass also plays into that too.
Well, damn. So,
yeah, like that's why I was like, so like, it's the mountain sage. Like the sage is important.
I feel it. Well, you see how much damage you did there. If you want to describe that, you can, or I can.
You can go for it.
You bring your hammer down yet again on the rear of this creature that had ignored you before, and just in your frustration, you bring it down so hard that just the tip of the end of the creature just bursts, just like a squished bug.
Like I'll say like a balloon?
Like a balloon, but with juice inside.
Juice. So a water balloon.
Sure.
A juice balloon.
With all the meaty chunks.
Then, if you were done, then it would be Grizz's turn.
Oh, so it's oozing, but it's still kicking?
Mm-hmm. Just barely.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I guess I'll try and chill touch it again. It's a 14.
That hits.
Oh.
That actually shows up in since my game's linked with the campaign, it actually shows Gab's rolls.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm looking just at D&D Beyond and it pops up. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I got a 7 for that chill touch. 7 damage.
Wait. You're saying, like, in D&D Beyond, your roll shows up if you're in the campaign, or where did it show up on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it too.
Yeah, where it says, like, Beyond 20, short rest, long rest. There's a campaign tab. It tells me what campaign I'm in, and then there's, like, a little text bubble. And whenever someone does anything, it shows up on there. So, but it showed her rolls, like her chill touch, hit, and her attack.
Interesting.
Just popped up really quick. If I actually click on it, there is a game log, just like there is on Astral.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I found it on the right side. If I went to my my collections, then campaign, I can look at the game log that's in there. Interesting.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, mine tells me I haven't joined or created any campaigns yet.
So if you, it's one of the pins in Discord. Go to the D&D Beyond campaign of Manopolis. Manopolis, however you want to say it. Then you can add yourself to that campaign or something along those lines is what I remember, at least.
Yeah, so it merges. I see. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And that's useful for me because I can go through like I did today when Ike was in the bathroom and look at your character sheet on D&D Beyond and see what we're talking about, as opposed to Astral's, which I can see what's in Astral, but if you don't update what's in Astral, then I don't know what your character is.
Who updates what's in Astral?
People that want to forward the advance of Astral. I don't know. Maybe hopefully D&D Beyond will buy Astral, and that will be a nice conversion there. But
that would be a really cool integration.
I agree. Until then, I believe it is Grizz's turn. I seen the 7, and that was to hit.
No,
that was damage.
14 was
hit,
the hit.
and then the 7. That was a killing blow, if you want to describe it.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna look at it and like do the chill touch. And the hand's just gonna reach forward and touch it right like in the middle of its mouth where like all the gross tendrils are sticking out. And it's gonna kind of like push its way back into its mouth and down its throat and just cause necrotic damage the whole way.
So, as you do such, then it slides down its throat and it just kind of flakes away into nothingness. There is just a small pile of ash left behind.
Wait, that's all that's left of the snake?
Other than the pieces you had chopped off previously of the tendrils that are more in like... I just need to move this out of the way. More like in this direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna run over and chop them up and harvest them and put them in my bag.
Okay. All 3 of them, I think, or two. It was 2.
As much as will fit.
That.
Or I guess I should cook them first, huh?
Looks like there's a fire pit right here.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
mean,
I'll throw them onto a nice, lovely grate.
That's currently pushed over on the...
What?
The flames are out, but there are coals, but it is pushed over.
Well,
What
I'm
about
gonna
this one up here?
take... I was saying, no, I don't want to go that far. I'm gonna take my javelin. I'm gonna skewer these arms, and we're gonna roast them over the fire like a hot dog,
Over the coals, because there is not a flame like I was mentioning currently in this
Gotcha.
particular one.
Over the heat.
Roll a I think it's, I wanted to say survival, but that's not quite right. It's something else. If you're taking...
Just remind me, Josh, there, I don't want to do it right now,
I did survival.
but I need to talk to you about, my breath attack ability, when we're done tonight.
Okay.
So,
So, in order for us to level up, is that a short rest or does it have to be a long rest?
Has to be a long rest.
Okay. Do you guys
Yeah, I'll
want
check.
to take a long rest?
is it
I don't
safe-
need to, but I want to.
Is it safe to do it here, though?
Gonna find out.
I think, because, like, the giant snake's dead.
While you
That one.
while you guys are talking and debating whether or not to take a long rest too, and you had seen your companions previously just out of nowhere frozen in place, you hear off in the distance of this cave just the...
Are you whistling?
just like a happy...
Sure, there's a whistle.
Just a happy whistling off in the distance.
Oh. Okay.
Coming from behind us?
Yes.
I don't trust it.
And
It's a trap.
what you're just kind of off in this direction. Farther
It's a
off.
fucking trap.
And all I was going to describe too, as you're listening to that, debating what to do, you're starting to hear some sizzling happening of the meat, Mame, and you know it is about medium rare currently, right now, on your spear. Most of the meat that you had harvested from those tendrils, or all of the meat that you had harvested that you were able to fit on the spear, and there were portions of it, that were skin, and there was actually some tiny prongs, almost a...
Claws. Jackers.
Fangs.
Picks.
fangs.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. The I was thinking scorpion, but I don't know what their little, like, tail...
Stinger?
Like the
Stinger!
tail.
Like stingers, maybe? Two stingers that you were able to chop off just the end, and you kind of left to the side as you were harvesting it.
How many servings do you think this is?
So it's probably about 5 pounds of meat that you were cooking.
Okay. I want to cook it long enough so I can like take it with me. So as much as I feel like eating it medium rare is probably better, that doesn't keep
You
well.
guys are
So I'm gonna
also
cook it.
moderately peckish right now. I would say probably getting on to being hungry by this point because you guys have been in this cave for
Yeah.
You can't quite tell the time of day, obviously, but it's at least been a few hours. Yeah.
Is the water over there yonder, is that safe to drink?
You're not 100% sure, but from the distance and what you know, it seems well filtered water from the earth, you know what I mean? Like cave water.
So it doesn't smell bad.
Okay. Not from this distance, no. It does not smell bad.
So I guess I offer up servings of the snake meat. So if anybody wants some, you know.
I'll take a little bit. Do we want to do a long rest here or try to?
Yes. Yeah.
I'll be more useful if I sleep.
I don't
think it will
need
behoove
to
us.
sleep, so I could just keep watch and run.
But you need to rest, right? Like, I don't know what your rest is necessarily, Grizz.
So I don't need to sleep, eat, drink, or breathe.
And that's just the description you've given, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's part of my race. It's a deathless nature. So it's deathless nature, you have escaped death, a fact represented by the following benefits. I have advantage on saving throws against disease and being poisoned. Advantage on death saves. And then you don't need to eat, drink, breathe, or sleep. And then I can finish a long rest in 4 hours if I...
That's the long
rest.
rest.
It's kind of like elves, like the meditation thing. Like I just need to kind of sit and relax and be like
still.
Yeah.
That's what I would say too. So I don't know. You said you don't need to eat necessarily either. I seen that right? I heard that right?
Right, because I'm not, I guess, alive. I mean, I am, but
I would say from a different side effect of it too, that you don't heal as quickly as everybody else, so you probably want to roll like a D8 to see what health you get back from that rest, from that 4 rest, and then
which would work good because I think that's what my hit die is anyways.
Pretty close. That's how I was trying to play that, at least for now. And then everyone else from the long rest, you know, you're settling down, you're listening to Griselda say that they can keep watch during the duration for the most part. I don't know if that was everybody okay with that or not. But
yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
And everyone
Did anybody else want snake meat, or am I putting the rest of it in my bag? Yeah.
I do.
Barash,
Oh, take like this much.
So like half a pound?
It's fine.
And
Or
that's
less,
to
yeah.
Griselda, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Characters, right?
I think Griselda was the only one that didn't need to eat necessarily, unless you wanted to eat to gain health back, Grizz.
I don't need to eat. However, I am going to take a little bit and try and eat just to try and fit in so that, like, nobody thinks, like, because I haven't necessarily said that I am undead, so, like,
Right. Did you, I see you went back up to the 7 full health, but I didn't see
yeah.
a...
You know, D&D Beyond, I rolled a D8, I got a 7.
Oh, nice. Okay, so you really don't need to eat. And then... Barash, and Zolas, you guys were probably at this point around a 6 in your thing there, so if you want to roll the D10 for gaining back some of your, as well as Mame as well, I guess, for your...
I never roll that one.
I get a 4.
From a D10?
Yeah. My rolls are either really good or total garbage. There is no in between.
So you're completely satiated from the snake, and it is savory and succulent in the juices that are covering your scaled maw. And
From one scaly creature to another, I appreciate the feast.
I see Mame with a 3 there. You could go for another bite, but you know, you felt like sharing, so you're basically satiated, you know. You're to the point where you're not stuffed, and you're happy, you know.
Yeah, I want to save the rest for later.
Ah.
There's still a pound that I get to put away.
And I didn't see a Zolas. Is that the
Got 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, from the D10, nice. So you're trying to finish it, but you've gotten down to like the last 2 bites, and you can't take any more. You're just with this greasy lump of flesh in your hand. You're just trying to wrap it up and save it for later, I guess. I don't know what you do with it necessarily, but
Sure. Yeah. That seems like a good idea.
it's just like a bite or two.
Yum.
Of snake flesh. Roll a perception for me, Grizz.
Oh gosh. Is it true? 18.
18. Okay. You hear in the distance the happy whistling from before fade off into a... And then there is these loud... but nothing else. While everyone else is resting.
Okay.
Off into this direction, you know. To the northeast.
Okay.
Along the shoreline.
How far away is that?
You're not 100% sure, but it is sounding relatively far, and as you guys had left the chamber that you had before with this, that had been probably, you know, about 10 feet in height, this particular chamber you can't see the top of. It is a vast chamber that you're standing in now, with a presumable shoreline with some granulated rock, sand type to the north.
Today at the beach.
Besides the brazier that you're standing near that had been tipped over, there are some farther off in the distance that you can see alighting in the northeasterly direction as well. But it's farther off. Much, much farther off. Probably 200 feet or so feet away.
Can we see across the water, or is that a mistake?
Nah, so you're seeing as you neared the edge of the water too, just the sizzling and popping you heard before must have been from the lava that was sizzling down into this corner of a lake and creating some sort of small amount of landmass off to the side there.
The floor is lava.
And you're noticing too, the whistling must have come from the individual in well-armored, very traditional garbature towards the north, and he is, or they are rather, standing at a height somewhere between 10 and 15 feet. You're not 100% sure.
Oh, goody.
How, shit. How close to a full rest are we?
You guys have all fully rested.
Okay.
You guys are all technically level 2 right now, too, if you want to take a minute and...
So before we, before we go doing anything else, I'm gonna smash some of these crates and see what's inside, as well as the barrels that are stacked. Why are they stacked? I'm gonna knock them down and smash them open because I want to see what's in here.
Okay.
So just for the crates, we'll start with there. Roll just a Constitution check, I guess. I'm trying to. It's a strength. It's a strength check. My bad.
Wait a second, because
Are
I
you
just
trying
leveled
to
up.
like
Un momento.
like?
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Are you trying to like crush them?
No, I just want to see what's in them.
So you're going to try and like use your axe and just pry open the top of it.
Not very gently. Essentially, but not very. I'm not like trying to be careful. I'm not like trying to do anything useful with this barrel. Just kind of want to like get it open.
Crates
It
and
was like this time I watched a dog literally chew a can of dog food open. It's similar. Both of them. Yeah, both of them. I just want to see. So there's 2 crates now because one of them is dust and 3 barrels, and I just want to, or 4 barrels because I can count. I just kind of want to get. I want to get inside. I want to see what is there.
So just
Anybody's free to help me. I'm gonna make it clear. My intentions are to figure out. I'm looting this place.
Yeah, I'll help smash a crate.
Yeah.
So everyone that's doing such too, I would say roll a strength.
Is it strength?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just a strength check for me.
I think I wrote the right one. I don't see strength.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, strength.
Okay.
Wait, did I not roll that right?
No, you got it. You got it, Baharash.
Oh, okay.
Fucking up
Mame's.
some wood containers.
I see Mame's as well. So you guys are. I'm just going to start with the crates. You Both sort of, well, specifically Bachash, you go to swing your hammer and the top of the crate just shatters. Basically, inside of, you see a small glittering of... shit. Yes, you see a small glittering of shit. At the bottom of this crate, and it's covered in the remnants of the top of the lid. But you kind of search around in it, and you find some 22 copper pieces that were at the bottom of it, and an emerald or two emeralds probably in the midst of them that you hadn't realized were there before. And
so I'm assuming, since this is the evil campaign, he's just keeping those all to himself. We're not like evenly distributing the goods.
I mean, that's completely up to him because he crushed that crate. And Mame, you had done the same, but you'd shattered the crate that was under you as you had sliced it in half, basically. It's just... and...
No more crate.
Yeah. And there are probably about 15 silver pieces in accumulation. So there's
15 silver pieces.
I'm gonna throw Mame a emerald and thank her for the food. 'Cause I don't feel like money is going to be much of a problem for me, because I'm pretty much just going to kill anybody if they have something I want, as far as NPCs go.
Did you say that to her?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And you said how many silver pieces were in there? 20?
15.
15, 11? 15. That's all that was in there, 15 silver pieces?
Yes.
Okay.
And you have an emerald, so I'm going to deduct that from my note.
Putting it in my other possessions. That's where that goes, right?
There's also, I don't know if it's in Beyond or not, but I think there is like a specific gold and copper and silver.
Maybe. I'm just putting it under equipment, other possessions. So in the other campaign, I've just been keeping all of the shit I find in my notes in Astral, and I'm gonna try to not do that this time. Okay, I'll figure it out.
It's probably
Okay.
a bit more confusing. There is equipment.
Yeah, just possessions. It's fine.
Okay. I mean,
Cool.
Grizz, I don't...
Turn our...
Oh, yeah. Wait, why aren't you... There we go. For some reason, on my screen, it showed that you weren't fully healed for a second there.
I was updating my hit points because I leveled up, so I gained hit points.
Ah, I got you.
Which is super important because now I'm at 12 and not 7.
That is super important. So those were just the crates that you guys opened.
Oh yeah, I'm
Open
at
up a
23 now. Instead of 10. Fuck yeah. So
Are these barrels that I can smash?
yeah, that's what we're fucking up barrels next.
I'm going to smash a barrel.
Unless anybody else decides to stop you, I mean, but...
No.
Fuck them. I want to smash the barrel.
You're gonna have to roll a strength check for me again.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. No worry.
That is not a nat 20.
There's 2 20s in a row, though. That's saying something.
Yeah, I got a dirty 20, so...
I got a dirty 22.
Well,
Just
you
because
guys
it's not
both,
natural doesn't mean it's dirty.
falling from your previous experiences, go to crush these barrels, and in doing so, the bands on the barrels just as you hit the top of them, each in succession, and the lid,
Some shitty ass barrels.
the lid on yours, Baharash, goes straight down under your hammer, and yours, Mime, splits, but both of you realize that there is a liquid inside as the barrels burst, and just, and yeah.
What does
They're-
the liquid smell
What
like?
is? Yeah, what is the liquid?
The liquid you're catching effervescence of alcohol from as it seeps into the ground, and the top one that is under each barrel that you're standing under, Mame, roll a dexterity saving throw because the barrel on top falls towards you.
That's a 15.
You amicably just sidestep the barrel as it rolls to the side of you.
Oh, I don't catch it?
You would have to
So-
roll something else for that.
Okay, so it's okay. So, but all of these barrels have the same contents. They all have this alcohol-smelling liquid, and the two barrels that me and Baharash have, we've destroyed them. It's not like the bottom half is still intact. There's like no liquid left inside at all. All the liquid's gone.
The banding burst when you guys smashed them. They
Okay, so then there's still two barrels. So we smashed two. So there's two left that still have alcohol in them.
and the one that fell right to your side, you could definitely hear a sloshing from as it.
As much as I would like alcohol, I don't trust these barrels. I don't know, maybe it's wood alcohol and it's gonna make me go blind. I'm cool. I'm good.
Is my Warhammer coated in this alcohol now?
Probably not coated, but like it's definitely been splashed over it. Yes.
Okay.
So like if you were to strike something with it, it would have one effective use of the alcohol, I guess.
How flammable
Also-
is alcohol?
Flammable?
Mm-hmm.
From the I mean, you're not 100% on that, Grizz, because you're a little bit farther away, but if it were Mame or Baharash that were asking this, you could smell the alcohol coming off of it without, sticking your nose in it. So it's at maybe you're guessing a wine content level.
So if I let a little bit of sparks out of my mouth, it won't catch on fire?
Negative, sir.
I want a
I was
magic
gonna say,
fire
it's
hammer.
pretty cool if Mame raged into our next battle with a flaming great axe.
I want a magic fire hammer.
Yeah, if I had another another water skin, I would probably open up this next barrel gently and like fill it with some of whatever this liquid is, but I only have one. I like water.
You can have my water skin. I don't need it.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna gently open one of the two remaining barrels and fill Grizz's water skin with whatever this liquid is.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna move over here. I'll
Thank
hand
you,
Mame
Chris.
mine. Yep,
You
no problem. I
don't-
remember when I liked alcohol.
Sober these days, eh?
Kind of.
That's all my character's gonna say.
You don't have a tap, I'm assuming, right? Like a barrel tap.
No, I don't.
Like in my possession, like in my inventory. No.
So what I'm going to describe is basically that you would kind of flip the barrel around to some degree, and you looked at it and found a spot where there is a perceivable corking of the barrel of wood,
Okay.
and that you could take it off potentially to fill this up.
Okay.
And you'll want to roll a dexterity to see. I guess I don't know what you're trying to do. I'm just looking for a description here, I guess, from you too of what you want to do with
Oh,
it.
I thought I'm just gonna fill the water skin and hold on to it. Right. I don't know what we're gonna need. Alcohol. Maybe I can find somebody who can confirm or deny if this is good to drink, or if not, maybe we might need to start a fire later. I don't know. Maybe we'll want to use it to barter with. I don't know. Alcohol's worth its weight in gold. So you said dexterity?
That would be for, I was thinking, if you're pulling the cork off quickly and trying to like hold it under there and like trying to jam the cork back in, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I assume we're gonna move on after this room. I'm not necessarily concerned with like, there's no one more barrel, right? So I'm not really concerned with like preserving the integrity of this barrel. I just kind of want to fill my water skin, which is good because I only got a 12.
Well, that's pretty reasonable. I would say that you held your water skin under the flow as you had uncorked it, basically, just like held it there while it filled it, and you could tell that it couldn't take any more. You corked the barrel and then stoppered the flask, but the barrel probably could have done a little bit better if you had had something else, and you know it's at about half full. You could tell after kind of shaking it.
Cool.
But
I feel like we could fuck these mushrooms up and take some of those too, but I'm gonna let those lie where they are for right now. So.
Wait. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand again and poke the mushroom. Magic sparkling red hand.
Yes.
which one, I guess?
The top one.
Okay. More than likely it's going to hit. I'm just trying to figure out how that exactly applies in this scenario. Like, what you might have to roll to hit. I think we talked about before with dexterity, when it came to the brazier, for instance.
By rolling for poking?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're trying to, like, I'm assuming, at least from your perspective, you know, you have control of this hand, and it's at a far distance, and you're, like, you know, you're trying, maybe not exactly from your own perspective, pointing and poking, but in your mind, you're trying to do that. You know, you're trying to have this ephemeral hand go out and poke this thing.
I don't know why when I imagine the hand, I just imagine like a giant glove, which isn't at all, that's not in any description. I just, like, my brain assumed that's what it would look like.
I feel like Super Smash Brothers has done that to us.
Yes, they
that's
have.
reminding me of just because of Super Smash Bros.
Yes, maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
It's not even that, I feel like. I think we have to even go back farther with Mickey Mouse. And the Mickey Mouse gloves.
Yeah.
Yeah, or like Thing from Addams Family.
Yeah.
Yeah, my head just went straight there instead of, like, just reading that it was a normal, regular-sized hand that I guess just looks like my hand. I don't know. But I rolled really bad. I rolled a 3, so.
A 3. So
Yeah.
you have been rolling terrible this whole night. I'm sorry.
Yes, I have.
But the finger goes and attempts to poke like the main mushroom that's at the top of this bushel, and just sort of misses with its finger, but its knuckles and the bottom of its palm just kind of brush some of the smaller ones, and one moment, please. It presumably just, unless there's a health to that hand that I don't know of.
No.
It
It's
just,
spectral.
yeah. So
No, it has. Oh no, I'm thinking of a different spell. Never mind.
it just kind of fades away as it touches the top of the mushroom, basically.
But like a puff of stuff comes out of the mushroom.
Uh-huh.
What color is the stuff?
Probably a bluish or purple.
I bet that stuff is poisonous. Do you still want to harvest it?
No, I'm good. I don't know if it could be poisonous since these are carnivorous, or it could just like make you sleepy. So it can, I don't know. Yeah, let's go away from that. We don't want to go back that direction anyway, because we know that up north was actually just lava, and so I don't think we want to fuck with lava. And besides that, it was just the giant room with the candles. So I guess forward is the only way onward. Correct?
Yeah, sounds.
So, is this a mistake? I see a dead giant snake. Is that supposed to be there? Okay.
Not a mistake.
Not a
So
mistake.
You see a flayed, gutted, meatless corpse of the same thing that just attacked you, laying on the floor at this intersection, because you can kind of see the chamber having a smaller entrance to the right,
Yeah.
which has
So it's all.
a track and some sort of mine carts, to what you can perceive, that are all empty from your angle.
From my angle.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing to harvest from this giant snake.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It is-
I'm gonna go inspect
unless
the
you
mine
want-
carts.
The skin.
Does it look like someone was strategically opening? You said it was flayed. I don't know. This is graphic. Were they harvesting it, or did they just kill it?
From your perception, it looks like a harvesting, yes.
Ooh, okay.
Because it's not like the organs and the skin were left. Everything else was taken.
I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself, which is a new thing that just raises my armor class.
For how long?
For 8 hours.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I just picked that up too.
I'm excited. Because I can do it anytime at will.
Yeah. Oh no, I didn't. Just kidding.
Okay.
I think Mime was inspecting this thing.
Minecart?
Sorry, Mame, my bad.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. As long as everybody knows who we're talking about.
Yeah. So you're looking at the minecart, and you're gonna roll an investigation for me for sure. But passively, you don't see anything in it, but it does look. Also, as I mentioned, passively, as
I don't
if
like this.
it had rolled down the tracks and was left here for a collection of some sort. You know, there is no particular ore or anything next to the cart, but it was intended to receive something of that nature. And with your skill check, you can't perceive anything past that.
Okay, so I can tell just by looking at it that it's waiting for something.
Pretty much. I'm going to pee while you guys debate.
Okay. So I feel like it's approaching 10 o'clock. I know it's not quite 10 o'clock yet. There's a long time still, but and we can keep playing all the way till 10 o'clock. I won't say anything. I will leave at 10. But I don't know if this night it's a good night to like discuss whether we want to go north and talk to Ani or whether we want to go south and say fuck that noise and follow the tracks and like leave it, or if you guys want to try out one of these two options and see what happens. But I would not be opposed to a short night.
I wouldn't either. But I mean, Josh was really descriptive about what's north of us, which makes me think that something important is to the north of us. But
yeah, and there's another giant snake up there that's dead.
Mm-hmm.
And more crates and barrels. Something tells me Ani's gonna be real pissed that we wasted 3 of his alcohol barrels. Something makes me not want to talk to this giant thing in armor.
well, I wouldn't lead with that.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna talk about it. He asked about alcohol, not me. Even though we reek of it, it's fine. We make our own. I'm not drunk, so I guess that's a good thing. I didn't drink any of it. At least it just smelled like it. Anyway, so do we want to go up or down? Decisions.
Is there any light to the south of us?
So yeah, I mean, at the end of the track there is.
You can see a light coming from the south, but it is much more white, almost yellow, as opposed to the orange that you guys are perceiving from where you're at right now, which is a more yellow orange of the
So we
braziers.
can see this Oni person, right? We can see the Oni up ahead.
And it is much. Yes, you guys can sort of perceive him, and he just can't quite perceive you. You can tell from the very distance that you are, but he's definitely made some noises of like, "Huh, who's there?" when you were moving around and such. So he can hear you. He just can't quite see you.
Right, and from what we can tell, it's just a large humanoid in, like, traditional armor.
Yes. With, I mean, a large sword to accompany such, but yes.
Do I have any knowledge of, like, what this person would be, or, like, giant humanoids being in mines and, like, what they'd be doing down here, or what they are?
History, please.
23.
Nice. So, you kind of get a recollection from your past of these serious individuals that are of giant descent, of the giants, and they have a not only traditional but excommunicato, like they don't communicate outside of their own race, really, and they are very secular and don't have any connection to the outside as much as they can, for the most part, inside of their own cultures, and they don't want to have anything to do with the cultures outside of themselves.
So, I'm gonna relay all that back to everybody else. And just kind of like, so what do you guys think we should do?
I say we jump in these train cars and ride them to wherever else this goes.
Is that an
So
option?
south. Ride them south.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, you're big enough, you could probably like get a running, like go and just kind of push us, right?
Yeah, and I have a javelin. I can use that like a on land
Like an
paddle.
oar.
Yeah. Because I don't know if it goes uphill or downhill, but I mean,
It's
does it go uphill or downhill?
It's mostly downhill to that point where the carts are right now.
So if we got in the carts and went south, is that going downhill or uphill?
Uphill.
Oh, okay, maybe fuck the carts. I say either way. I say we follow the track.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Okay, so you guys wander south following the tracks and find a part of the tunnel that is partially collapsed on the right, but there is a almost mine entrance, to what you can tell, to the complete south that is emanating a bit of light in the yellow spectrum, as I'd mentioned before. And
It goes outside.
There's an outside.
What is
Sorry,
outside?
I should let you continue. I'm sorry.
no worries.
Go
You
ahead.
you can have all of your hopes and dreams perceived and exposed. I believe.
Yeah,
in
see, now it's more fun because you get to crush them.
you.
The DM gets to be evil in this campaign too, right? That's
Yeah,
how that
sure.
works.
Yeah. Looking here, we've got. Did everybody make it over? I think I've just
Yeah,
placed
that's all.
Bahrash.
It's just black with squares though.
You might
Oh,
have to refresh
okay.
it.
Mine just loaded.
Let's refresh this bad boy.
So you perceive, at least while you're refreshing, a well-manicured chamber or pathway of tracks and a mine shaft of sorts that is also well supported and manicured, and it's I keep saying manicured, but I mean used also, as in that is intended for the purpose of mining. But you were still underground at this point.
Okay, that's fine.
Just what you can perceive.
Yay! More decisions.
Hmm.
We're great at those, guys.
And you get to a passageway, Mame, and Bahash, that goes to the north and to the south.
Again.
And the northern doesn't seem to have any sound coming from it, but maybe a faint almost like a wind passing through. And then the south, you can hear a bit more of commotion and a distinct tink, tink of almost sounding like somebody's hitting metal against metal.
Oh, so there's some mining happening.
My astral's still loading.
No worries. Maybe everyone else takes a second while they're thinking.
I mean, airflow means an exit, right? I'm gonna have hopes and dreams.
Well, yeah, I mean, if there's people mining, then they've obviously, like, gotten in here from somewhere.
Bella keeps whining.
Zolas.
I'm sorry, I'm having a very slow night. Did Mame run away and we're just up here? Yeah, okay. I'm coming. I'm following. I was following the whole time. I'm just... Cassidy is tired. Zolas is following.
You're good. You guys are at a decision point is all. And we could pause here, like we talked about before too, for the evening. That's completely fine.
Yeah, I feel like before we lose everybody else or go too far, there are many members of our party that are now.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
in
good.
ice.
3 people still frozen back in.
Yep.
Main area.
Yeah, so it might not be a.
You guys have, for the better part of explanation, you've walked through an entrance into another area, and it seems to be more mine and underground. And maybe if you remember the next session, you go back and check on your companions to see how they've thawed out.
Yeah. Maybe we should-
Yeah, maybe stopping here would be a good idea because my astral is still trying to load.
Ah, boy.
Oh no.
My brain is still trying to load.
You did just
It's
switch
not-
switch campaigns, which is sometimes hard too if you don't have close enough character.
Yeah, this was just not my day, but we accomplished some things, so that was good. I also rolled horrible, which is on par for that.
Yeah, I rolled like garbage too.
I don't know. I
That's
feel like
okay.
you had some good rolls there, Grizz.
Yeah, I mean, it's fitting considering me and my mom went to the casino yesterday and we lost 50 bucks
Oh.
each, so.
Oh.
I don't know how to casino, so you're already ahead of me.
We didn't play tables. We just went up to penny slots and pressed buttons till all our money was gone.
That's what I figured casinos were pretty much like anyways, so.
Yeah. I mean, you've got like the tables where you can play like blackjack and poker and stuff, but I don't know enough about those games to feel confident to sit there and play with other people because, like, at the casino, like, if you mess up when you're playing those, like, it screws the whole table over. So, like, I didn't feel like sitting down and, like, pissing off some old guy.
That's exactly why you go to those tables, though.
Blackjack on a Monday afternoon.
That's exactly why you go to those tables, is to what I understood anyway, is to make some friends with that old guy that's been playing blackjack for like 15 years at that exact table.
Also, so the buy-in for the tables, me and my mom didn't see a single table under like $20.
Oh, jeez.
So, wasn't feeling like dropping, losing hundreds of dollars at the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Not at all.
$50 was high enough.
I've only ever been to one casino. No, but that's a lie. Maybe 3, but all of them have only been for their all-you-can-eat buffets. That's the only reason.
That's fair.
Yeah, we mainly just went to eat at the Hard Rock Cafe and then to walk around. So the guitar part is just the hotel. And then they have the casino connected to it, but it's a different building. So we walked into the casino. The casino's huge. So just walking around the casino yesterday, my mom looked at her Fitbit when we left, and just walking around the casino, we had done 6,000 steps.
Well, damn. That's like a mile or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. And then then there's the restaurant. They have a couple restaurants there. But we ate at the Hard Rock Cafe because all the other restaurants are super bougie. There was a wine bar restaurant. There was a Korean barbecue place.
Go to that. Whatever you do, go to that. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, well, they weren't open yet when we went.
I've heard miraculous things, not only from Americans but also Asians when it comes to Korean barbecue. So
yeah, Korean barbecue's amazing.
And then they have shops that you can walk around and look at too. They had a ice cream shop that was 21 and over because it was alcohol infused ice cream.
Oh, how does one do that? I guess it's cold enough.
I don't know. But we were gonna go, but then we decided not to because my mom can't really drink because alcohol upsets her stomach a lot of times. And I'm lactose intolerant, and we had a lot more walking to do. Yeah. So we decided probably not. Then there was this really nice cigar shop too next to that place. That had Winston Churchill cigars in the window. And then we went into an art gallery there to look at all of the fancy art that we can't afford. And they had this 3D Star Wars painting that was really, really cool. That was $30,000 for the painting. They had another painting. Well, I guess it's not really a painting. They had another piece of art that somebody had made where they took vinyl records and cut them into pieces and then used the pieces to create a silhouette of Freddie Mercury. And then they used gold records for his jacket, and then the rest of the silhouette was black records. And that one was $160,000.
Damn.
And the lady was like, we do financing. And I was like, well, shit, for finance. I was like, it sounds a lot better to say, like, I'm only paying $1,000 a month for this piece of art versus I paid 30 grand for this piece of art.
Unless you know what rent is worth, especially in this area, and then you're like, that's more than my rent, so.
Well, so there is a condo building like 2 or 3 buildings down from where we're staying, and their penthouse condo is for sale. It is 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, and a little over 3,500 square feet, and it is $2.7 million.
Like a month or like total?
Like to buy.
To buy, because it's a condo.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, condos can still be rented. That's the thing.
Yeah. The rent for non-penthouse for the non-penthouse, they have a couple for rent. There's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom for rent. It is, I think, $8,000 a month. Yeah. Which is crazy to me. There's a resort here too, which I think this is just ridiculously overpriced, but it's a resort called the Diplomat. But it's like $450 a night to stay, but it's not on the beach. I was like, I'm not paying $450 a night to not have beach access.
Yeah.
When you can pay, like, so where we're staying, my parents have a timeshare here, so like it's free for us to stay here. But like if you rent here, like when people rent out their timeshares, if you were to rent a week here, it's like $140 a night, and we're on the beach.
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
not
why
bad
would you pay $450 a night down the road and not have beach access? It's stupid.
All I have
There's
to
a
say is,
Marriott right next to us. The Marriott is like $350 a night on the beach.
what's the area again? I know I googled it because it was the building that caught my eye when you'd sent it. I was like,
Yeah, it's Hollywood Beach, Florida.
that's what it is.
We're down. It's southeastern Florida, between Fort Lauderdale and Miami.
Sounds like there's 4 of you. Yeah, so for Airbnb in that area, you're looking at the lowest price of like $45, but that's like a shithole for like 5 people. And then you've got somewhere up in those ranges where you're talking like 200 to 300 for Airbnb, which is like almost strictly what I use anymore for traveling. Because it's just so cheap. I can't beat the prices. And people in the areas where those places are being held are pissed off at people that actually have an Airbnb, because they're just empty places that they're not using, that they're renting out for these cheap places. But it's still like the places that I've stayed, they're maintaining them. They're not like just a shithole after.
No, because they have to be nice,
but,
right?
yeah.
Like Airbnbs at least have to be decent, because if not, people leave comments and nobody stays there. Like I've passed up Airbnbs because of the comments.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a love. It has its bonuses and its drawbacks for the community, for surrounding businesses, for everything else. Airbnbs are nice for pet owners. So I like staying in Airbnbs where like it's a room out of someone's house. I like talking to the people, and it's like more like a couch surfing experience, which I think is fun.
Yeah, especially as a person that's only traveling by themselves.
Yeah, when it's just one person, it is nice for like someone who owns a house to make some extra money by renting out a room. But people that like try to turn Airbnb into like a business, where like they buy an apartment, like a beachfront apartment in Florida specifically to rent it out, and they don't live there and they just like manage it remotely. Like I kind of think that's bullshit. That's not really what Airbnb was made for. And I mean, you can do it. I've stayed in an Airbnb like that before, because it's a lot easier to stay in Airbnbs when you're traveling with pets. But that's just my hot take. I've stopped using them because they required you to upload a picture of your like a photo ID. Which bothers me. Yeah.
I've been using them since I was in Europe, and that's when they required them, and I was just automatically required to use that basically because I didn't have any other choice besides paying some exorbitant fee to actually stay in places, because it's really nice, like you're saying, from just even if you're traveling the day before, half the time you're gonna find something, because there's just people
were talking about paying ridiculous prices. So me and my mom drove down here because we're not.
Jesus.
I've done it.
And so our plan originally was to drive down to Savannah and stop in Savannah overnight and then drive the rest of the way down here. And we were getting close to Savannah and we started looking at hotel rooms, because then our plan was we're leaving here Friday, and we were going to leave here Friday, drive up to Savannah, spend the day Saturday in Savannah, and then go drive the rest of the way home Sunday. Hotel rooms in Savannah, Georgia right now are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So weird.
So
it's because they have to make up the cost they've been losing right now. They've been losing profits.
I mean, you'd think that they would be cheap, right? Because they want to encourage people to come stay. Like, I've gotten so many emails from airlines over the past couple weeks that are like, "Hey, look at these!" Like, and all everywhere, like Expedia, Orbitz, like American Airlines and Delta, like everywhere. That's like basically like, please, for the love of God, like, please travel.
We stayed at like a Red Roof Inn, so not even just like an average, like Red Roof Inns I've never seen over like $95 a night. We paid $150.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm just even looking on Airbnb because I was already there, and like the cheapest place is a camping ground at $40, but then you go straight up to like 200 to 120 range.
Yeah. So we decided to not do that on the way home. We are going to actually go to St. Augustine, Florida. My mom let me pick our itinerary. So we are going to St. Augustine, Florida. We're going to drive up Friday from here to stay. We're going to go to St. Augustine because it's the oldest city in the U.S.
Oh, cool.
And that's where Ponce de Leon's Fountain of Youth is. So we're going to go to the Fountain of Youth. And then they have a pirate museum there that I really want to go to.
That's awesome.
So we're going to go to the pirate museum, and then we'll be home. They have a 21 and over 2-hour pirate ship rum cruise. That I really, really want to go on, and my mom.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's amazing. How do you pass that up?
Right?
Just convince her she's gonna have a great time.
Yeah, she's like, I don't really like being on boats. and I don't drink. So
Okay, those
She's
are
like-
drawbacks, I suppose.
yeah.
Today
She's
you're
like,
gonna
"Come with
learn.
some friends."
Yeah, we're gonna learn today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a pirate.
How
Well,
long?
I hope you guys have fun.
Yeah.
It sounds like
nice
it's gonna be a good time.
down here so far too. It stormed really bad Sunday night. Or like like Sunday evening into the night. It stormed really, really bad. But then it let up Monday, and then last night it rained again. But then today it was clear, and it's supposed to be clear the rest of the week. So
And it does look like you're at like the tip of the penis of Florida, so
yeah.
So at the very bottom.
damn. Not quite the keys,
Not-
Isn't-
but
Yeah. No, there's like
Yeah.
there's a point down there that like is the southernmost point of Florida. It has something to do with the writer. I forget. One of my friends went down there and took pictures.
Yeah, Key
forget.
West, I think, is the farthest point of Florida. I believe. But we're still, like, even where we're at, we're still, like, I don't know, like 4 hours away from the Florida Keys.
Oh yeah, and then there's like that there's like a bridge you can drive to them, but then they like stretch out.
Yeah, Key Largo, I think, is the closest one to us, and it's still like 4 hours away. Key West is like 6-7 hours away, so.
jeez.
Jeez.
Well,
I hope it's fun, but I'm gonna hop off of here. And it was a good session. I think we made good progress. I'm excited we're all finally level 2. Whoop.
Oh yeah.
except for the people that are frozen. I wonder how that's gonna turn out.
It'll be interesting,
Well,
but
I don't
sleep's
know,
good.
they've been frozen for a while. Wouldn't that count as a long rest? Being frozen?
I mean, technically, in a manner of speaking, they were resting while they were frozen.
So wait, Josh, let's see if they can convince you that they've
Exactly.
been taking a long rest. We'll see how they're like, if they can persuade you to consider it a long rest.
That's how I feel about the manor because
Make them
like,
work for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, make
exactly.
them roll persuasion rolls.
Something along those lines, definitely. I will make sure that we keep them on their toes for that manner. I wish I knew the rest of these 8 pages though, from the text voice, because
That's really bothering you. We'll have to Google it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere. Someone's figured it out. There's got to be documentation for it somewhere.
yeah. There's a lot. I'm sure there's a lot more than I'm missing, but
With time. Alrighty, I'm getting off here. You guys have a good night.
night, folks.
You do.
Bye.
So, the breath attack.
Okay.
They changed it. So in 3rd edition, you could use it as an attack. Like, they added the